Good morning, dear students. Welcome to P.N.AMERSEY e-learning classes. Our today's topic is about shadow. How are shadows formed? Shadows are formed when path of light is blocked by an opaque object. What are the conditions necessary for the formation of shadows? Number 1, light source. Number 2, an opaque object. Number 3, a screen or surface behind the object. Dear students, in the slide you can see when the light source is there, we can see the shadow. But if there is no object, so there will be no shadow. A shadow is obtained only on a screen or a surface. Activity 3 is about a shadow is obtained only on a screen. We have to show the formation of a shadow where there must be an opaque screen to receive the shadow of an opaque object. Things we needed: a torch and a piece of cardboard. Method: this activity should be carried out at night with some of your friends. Ask one of your friends to stand in the dark. Can you see your friend's shadow? No, because a source of light is needed for a shadow to be formed. Hold the torch and shine it on the face of your friend standing in the dark. You will notice that no shadow is formed. In spite of the fact that there is a source of light, torch, as well as an opaque body, a shadow is formed but we cannot see it because there is no screen for the shadow to fall on. Now ask another friend of yours to hold the cardboard behind the head of your friend. Now you will see the shadow. So we can say that a shadow can be seen only if it falls on something solid. An opaque substance on which shadow is formed is called a screen. The screen could be a wall, the ground, the ceiling, or a table. So the conclusion here comes: the essential condition needed for the formation of a shadow is that there must be an opaque screen behind the object to receive the shadow of an opaque object in the path of light. Dear students, in activity 3 from page number 109, another figure 11.4 has been given. Shadows of animals hidden in your hand. So let us understand this activity also. Shadows gives us some information about shapes or objects also. Sometimes shadows can be mislead us about the shape of the object. In figure 11.4 are a few shadows that we can create with our hands and make believe that they are shadows of different animals, and we can have fun also. Let us understand activity 4. Place a chair in the school ground on a sunny day. What do you observe from the shadow of the chair? Does the shadow gives an accurate picture of the shape of the chair? If the chair is turned around a little, how does the shape of the shadow change? Take a thin notebook and look at its shadow. Then take a rectangular box and look at its shadow. Do the two shadows seem to have a similar shape? Then you can take flowers or the other objects of different colors and look at their shadows. Suppose a red rose and a yellow rose, for instance. Do the shadows look different in color when the color of the objects are different? Take a long box and look at its shadow on the ground. When you move the box around, you may see that the size of the shadow changes. When is the shadow of the box the shortest? When the long side of the box is pointed towards the sun, on when or when the short side is pointing towards the sun. Let us use this long box to prepare a simple camera. You can see in the slide the sunlight which is falling on the trees and the shadows of the trees falling on the ground. So, shadow is formed when an opaque object comes in path of light. So, what are the conditions necessary for the formation of shadows? There are three conditions: light source, opaque object, and screen. What are the properties of shadow? Transparent objects do not make shadows. Object must be opaque or translucent. Shadows are always in black or gray in color. It is formed opposite to the source of light. The shadows can be seen only on a screen. The ground, walls of the rooms, a building, or other such surfaces act as a screen for the shadows. Shadows sometimes gives a lot of information about the object. Sometimes shadows can also mislead us about the shape of the object. Shape of the shadow is always similar to that of the object, but the size of the shadow varies. Thank you, dear students.